Okay, so let's take a look at this shit now. This is brilliant, this is. Right, so a scientist missing for over 30 years found living inside a secret LSD drug lab hidden in the basement. Right, so there you go, 30 years, there's your 3, right? Now, it was made of 17, so 1 and 7 is 8. And there's your 8, your time loop, it's all Saturnian, all satanic relevance to the 8, right? We know this anyway, and then your 2015 is your 8 again, so there's your 88. Right, so anyway, so there's a couple of little numbers pop up straight away. Now, this guy was meant to be hid for, lost in somebody's basement for 30 years. He's got very short hair and a very, very short beard. And even if we can argue that maybe he got his hair cut, to try and clean him up a little bit for this video, or sorry, for this picture, I mean, a big patch on his head like that would suggest, a head wound, biblical, Anyway, so why has he got a purple beard as well? We all know the colour purple with Saturnian stuff is an occultic colour. It's the mixture of red and blue, time and space. So we get the purple, right? So, moving on there with these numbers, right? So we'll bring you to this area. I'm not going to read the story, okay? I don't care about the story. The story's bullshit. I know it's bullshit, right? And I'll explain in a minute why it's bullshit, right? But here's your numbers there. Your 1 and your 5. There's your 6, right? Then your 2015. There's your 8 again. Right, 911. Okay, we could argue that that's biblical or whatever, or the X, the 11X, whatever. Right, the 2 pillars and all that. But we'll not get that deep. Right, so the police were rang. Okay, if this were to be a true story, of course it was Channel 6. Right, we just move on down. Right, 1984. So there's your 10, your 18, 19, 20. Here's your 22. Right, so 11 keeps cropping up in this, and 11 and 11 obviously is 22, but we'll not split hairs on that one. We'll leave that one and say that that's not really nothing to do with it. But down here we see your 8 pops up again because it was the 80s, right? Oh yeah, and he was 83, right? So there's your 11 again, right? So these are all occultic numbers, right? Now I'm not going to argue about the blue here in this, right? Because that could just be the flash of a police thing. But anyway, the blue's there, and we all know about our reds and our blues when it comes to these new stories. Alright, so we'll just move on down here, blah 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 blah. Nothing there really much to look at. Well, there's your 33. We all know what that is, or should know what it is. There's your 5 again. There's your 3. There's your 5 again. Sorry, there's your 5 again. Oh, the double 5 that's there with the L55, or the 10. The 10 obviously being the God number. So they like to turn things upside down or split it down the middle. Yeah, the middle of the 2 pillars. Right, and that's pretty much it for the numbers. So basically this guy was down in somebody's basement with no food, no water, and just some LSD. I think that's what happened to his beard. He just took that much LSD that his beard turned purple, So he's living down in the basement for 30 years with no food, no water, no means of survival, no medical care, nothing like that at all, no dental care, nothing. And he comes out with nice short hair and a purple beard. So, do you really think this story is true? Or do you think I'm just exaggerating? Anyway, there you go. These are just the people in your neighbourhood. I almost forgot to mention the reason for this story, in my opinion. It's another From the Abyss story. A little bit like the Chilean miners, coming out of the abyss, rising out, whatever. Okay, so it's one of them mad, crazy stories, because this guy was underground. So there you have your underground, a little bit like the symbol for the underground, the London Underground or the New York Underground or whatever. You'll have your circle with the line going across the same underground, synonymous of Saturn. That's basically because if you look at Saturn head on, that's what you'll see is a circle with a line going straight through it. So it's all to do with that stuff, the underground, coming out of the belly of the beast, all that sort of thing. Alright guys, thanks for watching.